Hello, everybody. Uh, this time I did hit go live, so I won't be so foolish tonight. Uh, I'll run about a minute, maybe 2 minutes late, minute and a half anyway. And my nephew was here, and I don't get to see him very often anymore, so I had to visit with him a little bit. But anyway, James and Red and Patrick Kelly and hello. We got some lurkers in the background, it looks like, which is all cool. Uh, like I said, I had a special guest going to come up. We was going to talk about coins and just kind of where the special metals markets were looking. And apparently, he shot me a text today and said that there were some workers nearby and hit one of the power lines. So he's been out of power, so he can't come on. So he rescheduled it for Monday. So which is fine with me. They sure screwed up my day because it come late enough in the day that he was hoping to come back on. But anyway, he was hoping they'd have it back on so he could come on up. But that didn't work out, which is, I understand. Crap happens. What do you do? So anyway, hey, Creek Squad. Yeah, I went over to Chris Gilbert. Hello. I went over to Creeks last night. Just visited with him a little bit. It was a little bit of fun and kind of goofed around. And we tried to sing a song together. And I don't know how bad we butchered it. I couldn't hear what it was coming out in the speakers, but I'm thinking we probably butchered a little bit, but it was a tough song. I think it was Sheryl Crow and Kid Rock, picture. I can't do the Sheryl Crow stuff. He can't either, so it was kind of interesting, but a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. Wasn't many in there, but it was still a lot of fun. So if anybody gets a chance, go check out Creek. He's late at night, 10:30 or so, and he's a little different from what we're used to here, but that late at night, just hang out and enjoy what's there, and it can be a lot of fun. So anyway, and Creek, thank you for having me up. I appreciate that. Yeah, Creek's got karaoke going on tonight. He says people need to come over and do karaoke. And I think it'd be a little bit of fun to go over. I may go check it out for a while. I got a few things I need to get done after my show, but I'll be over there. Sandra Bates, hello. I think this. Do I know your name? I can't. Having a hard time placing it right offhand. I don't mean no offense by it, but hello, welcome. Glad to see it. Always glad to see new names and faces in here. I need to send a text real quick. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Give me just half a second. I just sent it, so hopefully it went through. I just seen that. Where to see? Hello, Julie. Sandra Bates. Something has happened. Hang on. Yeah, something has happened. Okay, yeah, I can't see Mike in my regular chat room on YouTube, but I can on here. So I was trying to look and see what the hell happened to him. Sorry about that. Mike DeMore, no, I did not see about the 6 batches. So if you got any information or you want to come up and talk about it, hopefully, my mod got my email of the link, and if not, I can put it in. If you'd like to come up and talk about it, tell us what you found. I did not see that today. Hey, Cool Gamer. Good to see you. Good to see you. Like I say, hopefully everything will work out and he'll have his power back on so we can go at it Monday. I didn't plan a whole lot today because I thought he was coming up, and he did too. He said he was looking forward to coming up, so he's never lied to me. Okay, there it is. Mike DeMore, if it's breaking right now. Yeah, if you want to come up and tell me about it, that'd be great. The link's right above you. Red just put it out. And when you tell us about it, tell us what they found or whatever can be said about it. That way we get to meet a new person and I got a little bit of news I went and scrounged up today. And I've got somebody, I can't remember the name right offhand, but send me on Telegram some news that was pretty cool. I say cool. It was interesting to read. And I was hoping or Jeff B would come in and I could get him up here and see if he heard anything about it, knows anything about it. Sometimes he gets some of that stuff. Sometimes he don't, I was going to go look that up real quick on my phone. So I got both my screens right now full. Let me look. Hang on a second. Okay, Justice for All sent this. Okay, this is from Justin for All. Okay, he found this on Newsbreak. U.S. and China tensions soar. The PLA deploys J-16 bombers in all theater commands. Now, a J-16 or a J-16 bomber is put out by China. These are China-built planes. So anyway, bomber planes. The government pressure from the U.S. and its allies has allegedly pushed China's the Liberation Army, which is the PLA, the People's Liberation Army, to deploy J-16 fighter jets across theater commands. The multi-fighter have joined all. Let me get down here to the rest of it. Well, that's all it gives me on that one. But anyway, it says, and it shows the U.S. Army has transferred military equipment to Qatar. So that was quite interesting, I thought. I didn't realize we was that close to getting upside down with China this early. Right now, it's been on kind of the background. Susie D, hello, welcome. Okay, Jeff's in chat at Liberty Warrior. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know Liberty was coming on tonight, but hey, I thought he had taken off weekends, but no need, it's all good. People go where they want to go. And that's, I don't own anybody. I don't plan on it. Anyway, that was what I got from the Justice for All. He's over on Telegram quite a bit, and I've seen him around. He's kind of like Conservative Cowboy. He puts out some pretty good stuff. He does pretty good research, and he just puts out exactly what he finds. He don't elaborate. He don't give much opinion on it. But he sent me the actual links and all to it, and the pictures was with the link. He gives me the actual, photo pages of all that was going on. So that worked pretty good. Hang on, someone sending me something here. Okay. Let me see my emails. Someone sent me an email to that Mike DeMore had mentioned. Apparently he's not going to come up, so let me see. As soon as my email come through there. Nope, that's not it. As soon as it comes through, I will pop it up and we'll read about it. I do got a few other little ones I can go through. I guess Trump was giving a big speech about there was honoring Diamond and Silk. Diamond had passed away at the age of 51 here a couple days ago, and he was giving them tributes. Honor to honor a megastar is what he was calling her. I thought that was pretty cool of him. And then the Biden administration puts out today that reports record 250,000 migrant encounters along southwest border in December. So damn good and well that number's low. It's coming from the Biden administration. Oh my God. This is one I'd seen earlier, and I thought that the wheels ought to come off the cart right there. Tony Blair calls for a digital vax tracking at Davos ahead of the new slew of injectables. In other words, you're not just going to get your injectable, you're going to get a chip put in you. Robert Lawrence, hello, good to see you. So yeah, they're wanting to chip you like they've always been trying to do. Well, now they got a way to do it. They're going to put it in their injections. That's basically what that's saying. Oh, Bruce. Trump was there in person. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if he was there in person or it didn't really, from what I've seen, let me go back and look. It may have been in there. Yeah, I guess he was there. So that's pretty interesting. And let's see if there was anything else really interesting. Hey, Kara. I was trying to read this. Sorry, guys. Looks like Brett Mayer, the guy that has a talk show at night. I think that's his name. Anyway, he says medical schools are the problem for lying about science to deploy risks of transitioning childhood. Excuse me. So that's kind of odd that he's coming out and talking against basically what the Dems have been doing. I was reading a poll today that Trump was trying to think of how this was worded, but anyway, if the polls were taken right now, which this was, the status is on it. Hello, Magic. That Trump could beat DeSantis, Ted Cruz. Oh, and there's several more. Let me see if it was in this section of my news here. Hang on just a second. Scroll down here pretty quick. Yeah, I guess it's not in this section where I read it. Must have been on another page I didn't save. No, I love this one though. You know what? Yesterday I brought up, or the other day I brought up where Kristi Noem was proposing should to slow where the government was trying to slow Kristi Noem's proposal to block the Chinese from buying land purchases there in her state. Well, now she is, I read somewhere today that she is talking about restricting basically everybody in her state and the government to get the hell out of everybody's lives, and she's tired of it. She's done. She's done playing with them. So I thought that was pretty dang interesting that she's got more balls than some of them. I can tell you, that's one tough cookie right there. No shocker to the world, but half the people that voted for Biden doesn't want him to run again in 2024. Yeah. And Colombia tells Davos it will stop oil production and gas exploration contracts. Well, that's gonna hurt Davos a little bit because that's where they get all their crap from. But anyway, that's basically all I kind of have there in the quick headline news. Like I said, I was going to try to have more, but I didn't go look real hard because I thought I was having a guest come up and things didn't turn out to work out so well. But like I said, we were scheduled it for Monday, so maybe we can get that thing worked out for Monday. I'll make sure and check and see. I'll touch base with him probably tomorrow or Monday morning. Mary Freeland, hello. Good to see you. Concerned Patriot, hello. Yeah, concerned. I'm going to agree with that. Yeah, that would, Red, I hope that really happens. That would be a good day right there. Andy Heinrich. And I think Jim Jordan's actually pushing on that. He's actually pushing on it. Him and Rand Paul in the Senate. They're both pushing at that. They wouldn't get to the bottom of it. And I know Rand Paul's objective is to really nail Fauci's lying ass to the wall. And I hope that goes through. That I do. Let me see if that email come in yet. Come on. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I'm not getting that one. I don't know why it didn't come through. Maybe it'll just take it a bit. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we remember what happened the last time somebody was going to take out the C_A, and that was JFK, and we seen what happened to him. They they didn't like that idea, so they fixed that. Now, Mary Freeland, I did not watch that. I heard that was a very as is kind of deal. Yes, TV. That's exactly right. Yep, they allowed he wouldn't speak about it anymore, and it was pretty persuasive the way they did it. I guess that thing lay dormant now until the last couple of years. Every once in a while, you'll see a little documentary on it, but not much. And then up till now, and now you're seeing full documentaries on it. So, hey, Paula Work, good to see you. So I thought that was pretty. There were a lot of interesting things on the news. Whether they're, like I said, I hate reporting on stuff when it's just right out the gate because, unless it's like the Diamond and Silk deal. Now that one, you can pretty much bet your ass that shit was spot on. But there's some of that stuff comes out in the news you got to be real leery of. Because sometimes it's just posturing and everybody takes offense to it and gets all scared and freaked out. Hey, Al Bundy, good to see you. Yeah, people get freaked out about some of that news that comes out, and everybody gets worked up in a frenzy. And just give it a day or two, and it'll calm down. Either won't be as bad as you think, or it's going to be, you know, or the story will change just a hint. So people got to be real careful of who they follow and what they watch and what they believe, and always question everything. I think everybody will be a lot better off instead of just having that knee twitch reaction, that knee jerking reaction, that even me at times gets that knee jerking reaction. But I try to keep that to a minimum and go, just take a deep breath and go, well, let's give it a day or so and see if that's really what's going on. Yeah, see, I didn't know Diamond and Silk were sisters. I just thought they was best friends. But yeah, I did hear today that they was sisters. And I don't know if that was in a literal sense or just in friendship sense. I still don't know for sure. I'm sure somebody out there does. Yeah, it's a sad deal. They were quite the pair. I used to watch them quite a bit. There was times they was quite funny. Anywho, hope everybody's having a good weekend. Like I said, it was a lot of fun last night, and I sure missed everybody. That's for sure. When I finally come back on after being gone, what was it, 4 days, 5 days or so? Sunday through Thursday, I was gone, but it was worth it for me to come back on. Like I said, it was worth it for me to take a few days. A few days off. I was trying to read Mary Freeling's. I had an idea or had heard how the sheriff's department there treated the family. Okay. Well, that'll be interesting to hear. Yeah, Creek, that happens to all of us, man. We all go through that. It's just part of life, bud. But hey, it is what it is. If you didn't work all day long, by the time your show would show up, you'd probably be a little snockered. Okay, here we go. Let me pull this up, make sure it's not loud. Don't know if I'll show it, but I'm going to read about it. Justice Department conducts search of Biden's Wilmington home and finds more classified materials. And this is from the CNN Politics now. Okay, it says Justice Department investigates on Friday found additional classified material after conducting a search of President Joe Biden's Wilmington, Delaware home, the president's personal attorney said in a statement. And it says they did a 12-hour search on his home. And then Hunter was living in the Wilmington house with classified documents while bagging millions linked to the highest levels of Chinese intelligence. And they said that there was no visitor log exit, or no visitor log exists for Biden's Wilmington home. The site of classified docs discovery is what the White House counsel's office says. Now, that's about all I've got on it that was sent to me. Hello, Kim. Good to see you. So that's about all I've got on that, but that is interesting. Very interesting that they keep finding crap everywhere. You would think, with all the corruption that's there, that they would if nothing else, the Republicans already have Title 40 or 25 ready to go. They ought to already have that in the works, sending down the pipeline, sent to the Senate to impeach his butt and get that rotted batch of mashed potatoes out of there. Gigi Homestead, hello. But yeah, they need to throw his butt out of there. And he's got the dumpster, and so does his boy. And I'm sure his wife and his brother are just as guilty. I can't remember his name. Was it Frank Biden or some crap? I'm sure he's just as attached as anybody. I mean, him and his brother and a banker, Potato Head and his brother and a banker bought land just 20 miles from Epstein Island, or very close. I don't know if it was actually 20 miles, but it was pretty dang close. So that tells you right there that ain't probably Suave, because it had an underground submarine site known because it used to be operated by the military. And they abandoned it a long time ago. Well, it's still in use, apparently. Well, Creek, I think he forgot the day he was in, that he was president. He was running for the Senate, remember? He only been in the Senate for 187 years, so I don't think he knew what the hell he was doing the day he walked in there. But anyway, that Epstein Island and Soledad Island that Joe and his brother and the banker bought a piece of was right over that submarine base. And we know the rumors of Ghislaine. She was a skilled submarine operator and helicopter operator. So, what would be the use of buying that if he wasn't involved with it? So that ought to throw a red flag up. Mr. Sniffs a lot. I probably need to look into him a little further than just classified documents. And then with his son, having all that crap on his computer, and some of it was child related. So, it's one of those deals. There's a lot of things I think it either needs to be cleared up or thrown out the window. Because there's too many people up in arms about what they're doing to our children. And I remember back, in the 80s, when they'd put their faces on the milk cartons. It was every time we bought we bought a little bit of milk, but not a whole lot, but we'd buy one, a gallon of milk or carton of milk every couple days. And there'd be a new face on that carton that's missing. No, excuse me. And what really got me was a lot of them back then were missing in Ohio and Indiana. Well, we know who's from Indiana. They very well could be implicated because he has been. And it's a scary thought thinking about that. If people look back how crooked this government's been and got away with this crap. Now I was watching a deal with, it was sent to me. It was by, I'll let y'all listen to it. Hang on just a second. I'll let y'all listen to it. This is from Charlie Kirk. It's not very long. It's like maybe 60 seconds at the most. Let me see. Is that it?
Let's say Fauci defies a subpoena.
Yeah. He can be arrested by the sergeant at arms at the direction of Kevin McCarthy and held in detention.
Where?
Well, there are jail cells at the bottom of the Capitol building. People don't know that, but they're there.
You're blowing my mind, Cash.
Now, that was Kash Patel, which used to be in the Trump administration, talking with Charlie Kirk, and I hope y'all heard that. Yeah. So, yeah, there needs to be something done. I didn't realize there was a jail cells down there in the bottom of the Capitol. But that would make sense, with the sergeant in arms has to take people somewhere. It's not like you can put them in their car and drive them downtown, wait for them to get booked, and then go back to work. So, yeah, that was interesting. I watched that, and it's just a short clip. It was sent to me, and, Kash Patel talking that outright with Charlie Kirk, I thought that was pretty interesting. I'd like to get the whole script of that. So I can only imagine what else come out in that interview. I can only imagine. Anyway, get back over here to my regular schedule here. Yeah, them kids do grow up fast, guys. Yeah, they grow up fast. Doesn't seem like it at the time, but then you turn around and look, and it's like, where'd all them years go? Well, yeah, Kim, how in the world all the kids go missing that quick and they just disappear forever? That does make you wonder. You remember there for a while, they was blaming back in the late 80s and early 90s, they was blaming alien abduction or mysterious disappearance and no clue, no sign, no sight of them. Well, back then, everybody just kind of went with it and went, oh, crap, another one. But you look back at it now and you look what's really going on. And look what's really going on. And I want to tell you, it's scary. It is scary. Hey, it's Nobody J. Good to see you. Another email. Anyway, so as soon as I get it, we'll pull it up and play it. Yeah, Paula work. No, we'll never know the truth. We may get bits and pieces, just enough that everybody knows the gist of it, for sure. But I don't think we'll ever get the whole, caboodle of it. Hey, Shell. Just due to, some of these people that kind of turned on them, they won't ever get, they may have been involved themselves, but they've turned on the other people, so they're not going to get mentioned. Well, that just allows more of the same crooked people to do the same thing, but with immunity now. Yeah, Kim, that is true. At least we're hearing something now. Yes, that is very true. Okay, let me see if that's come through. Hopefully this one come through a little quicker. That's the same one that was just sent. Identical. So the individual sending me that, they're in here. But the one sending me that was an identical one. I don't know if it's any longer. I didn't click on it because it automatically goes to it and there ain't nothing I can do. So I just hope everybody's listening if I do click on it. Okay. Hang on. Yeah. All right. That's on its way. So anyway, sorry about that. Just trying to have things, there's a lot of stuff out there. Like I said, I just didn't get time to find it because I was prepping for my guest I was going to have on. So that's more what I focused on. And because the gentleman is coming on, hopefully Monday, like he said, he's rescheduled it for Monday, is very knowledgeable about a lot of things, not just what he does, but very knowledgeable. So Your oldest is 38. Mine's 30. I got two. My girl's 30. Three. My son is 32. Yeah. So I'm right behind you, Gigi Homestead. Right behind you. Reg is 35 and 40. Nice. Nice, nice. You know, at the time I was a little young when I had mine, and all right, boy, it's going to screw up my life. But I'm glad I actually did. You know, when a young man, 17, 18 years old, having babies, that's pretty rough back then. And so when you get older and they're grown and gone and out of the house, it's almost, I shouldn't say nice, but it's almost peaceful for a little bit. So you can, and you're still young enough, you can still get out and go do things. And they're at the age they can go out and do things on their own. And so it makes it, I'm going to just say it makes it nice now. Red, I don't consider that old whatsoever. Bruce's is 43 and 16. Yeah, that's quite the spread in between the two, but it is what it is. Your oldest could be the parent of the youngest. Yeah, that's quite the spread, that's for sure. Gerald Cummins, hello. Good to see you. Anyway, here in about a minute or so, I'm going to, if this video don't come through, let me see if it's here yet. Oh, that's not it. That's from Kohl's. I don't know why I get all this junk mail. I do. Hasn't made it yet, but I'm sure it'll show up eventually. Email's been slow here lately for me. Either I'm sending or receiving, and it's just been slow. And I don't know if that's with everybody else. I know Mamad, you know, they're having times where it takes a long time to receive stuff. And they send stuff, and it's a long time for me to receive it when it's email. And it wasn't like that up until this last week. Riots in Atlanta. Now, Jeff, if you would like to come up, I'd like for you to, I got some stuff I read, and I'll go back and read it again for you once you get back up on stage. Maybe or if you get up here, I'd like to see what you know about it or what your thoughts are on it. It's not just an empty house. It's called empty nest syndrome. No, it's nice when you're not distracted by all the things going on around that they have to do, and and going to constant ball games and sports events and band and vocal events, and it's just hopefully, Jeff, I hope so, because there is some stuff I'd like to quiz you about. And I've been hearing, get this, and I don't ever remember hearing this actually flying over Beaver. Now I've seen them just east of Beaver, but never have I seen and heard these, I don't know, they sound like C-130s, but I can't tell in the dark. But they look big. The one I did see in the late evening, but it was still got some light. They look big. So I was just guessing they're C-130s. And I don't know why they're flying over. They're coming from the northwest, headed southeast. And I don't know if that's going over to Tinker or Vance over in Enid. I think they'd have a little more eastern pattern going over to Vance. But yeah, they was going southeast. Yeah, Jeff. Yeah, there's getting an uproar again. I think they're starting to they're trying to push that in-home lockdown again and all that crap. Now, I don't know what the riots in Atlanta were about. But the one in London, yeah, that I think they're starting to push that lock in place measure again, and people are not having it. They're a little pissy. Anyway, here in a second, ladies and gentlemen, I may have to put on a little music and run to the restroom. It's been a wild and crazy day here, so the presser is fun. It's funny. Okay. It says, we will not allow burning or breaking, but BLM, you did. Yeah, it's only good for one. Ain't good for all. Do as I say, not as I do. Something like that. Yeah, I got to grab me a Diet Coke too while I'm up. Let me grab a little music here. It won't take me long. Just run to the restroom and right back. Let's see. Where the heck are they? Here we go. The hell? I didn't pull them up. Hang on. I want to try this again. It didn't pull them up. Well, now it's not letting me pull up my music. So, whatever. I don't know what the hell's going on. Elaine James, hello. Yeah, if y'all go. Yeah, time to queue up BLM. Since there's a diet association with it, I'm going to say liquid. That's good. Hey, Devil Dog. D-Dog, I don't know what you're talking about there, bud. I want to hit mute, run to the restroom. I'll be right back. Please excuse me. All right, Jeff B., where was the explosives found? Kind of lost me. Cindy Fuller Stevens, hello. Let's see. Make sure I didn't miss anybody here. The GBI and ATF there. Let me see. Let me go back a little bit. Okay, the Atlanta Underground. Okay. Wow. That's that could be troubling. That could cause a little stir there. I wonder if there's something down there they're trying to hide and is going to blow it up. Like, some of the pieces of papers that was pretty important a couple years back. Cindy Fuller Stevens, that's good to hear. Anyway, Professor Falcon, how you doing, bud? How you doing? Hope you're having a great evening. Finding plenty of interesting stuff to check out on this little bitty World Wide Web we play with. Ronald Hendricks, hello. Yeah, Ronald, we was going over that a little bit earlier. I hadn't heard anything about it, and it was brought up earlier in the chat, and so one of my mods sent it to me, and I read it out loud. I just took it off the screen, matter of fact, but I can pull it back up. It's in my email. But yeah, it's I'm just curious to see what or if anything's going to be done about it. They're getting on to Trump. She had him in one place in a secured room. And the first time they found him, they said just double lock it. So he put another lock on the damn thing. These were found in a damn garage. The first set was, or one of the sets was, in a garage. No security whatsoever. Well, TV, I hope that does happen. It needs to happen. That's what I'm saying. McCarthy already needs to have the papers drawn up, ready to go. What do you suppose Operation Crash and Burn is about? Sounds like this administration for the last 2 years. That's what they're doing to our economy. It was on Fox with Brian Kilmeade. Okay. Kilmeade. Yeah. Oh, yeah. When you say politicians, you might as well figure gamers. I mean, that's just all there is to it. That's all they do is play games. And they play with people's minds so they can take all your money and they get richer. Hello, Wheezy. I thought about something after I read Kristi Noem's earlier. Susan Hazelton, hello. You're still in your car. Wow. I was hoping something would come along by now. That's been a while. Wow. Everybody out there, she's still looking for prayers. She's still in her car. So anyway, what I was reading about Kristi Noem earlier made me think of something. She's on the right track, telling the government to get the hell out of it. And I really think the government needs to get out of all 50 states. And the voting needs to go, whatever comes up to be voted on needs to go to every county. Every county votes on it. It gets sent into the state. Okay, the state tallies it up. The states hand it to the representatives and their senators. And that's how it gets voted on. Not them up there. It gets voted on by what that does is it gives the power back to the people. So, I think it could be that simple. And they're going, oh, it's so confusing to send it to the people. All them votes have to come in. No, turn it over to each county. Each county is responsible for turning it into the state. The state takes it, combines them, shows the proven records where everybody voted for whichever way it should go. And then the state takes it up. Because what that does is, and if everybody had one say, each state had one say, that would equal them playing fields up there in Washington. It wouldn't matter if you have a majority or a minority then, because you're rendered pretty much useless other than writing a bill and send it out to the people in the states and then give the states time to vote on it. And then when it gets sent into the federal, it just, once it goes to federal, then they have to vote the way that the people talked, not just whatever the hell they want to do. Because it's very, I thought about that quite a bit, and it'll be fairly simple to do. And yeah, okay, there's 200, 300, 400 counties in some states. Who cares? It's up to each county to take the polls, get them done, send them in, be done with it. States tally them up, send them to the Congress. Done. Simple. Yeah, let me see if that email come through. Let's see. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to. Let's see. Okay. Now maybe I can get this to work. Dang it. Hang on. Trying to figure out how to get this to come up like it's supposed to. Dang it. It's not going to let me do it. Dang it. Yeah, it's not going to let me do it. I was going to pull up another video. It's supposed to be something cute, comical. Wow. Susan, I don't know what state you live in, but that's awful expensive insurance. There it is. Okay, D-Dog, he put it out there. World population review with the most counties and countries per state. Ah, Susan. Okay, I understand. I was going to say, well, that part wasn't mentioned a second ago. That sounded awful expensive just for car insurance. Yeah, that could cause a pickle. That could cause a pickle. Yeah, times are pretty tough anymore on a lot of us people out here. Granted, you've got a pretty rough situation where you're at. Uh, I don't know. I'll put the word out. I'll put the word out. I can't promise anything, but I'll put the word out. That's all I can do. Anywho, yeah, it's too bad that wouldn't play earlier. It's a cute little skit. I watched part of it, but it is what it is. Let's see. Anyway, if somebody wants to come up, just drop a yes in there and we'll drop a channel and let some people come up and we'll have a visit. Teddy Rushman, yeah, I remember them. Justin, yeah, I remember that. Excuse me. Yeah, Red dropped the link, Devil Dog, and hey, Becky, good to see you, girl. Always good to see you. And Jeff B, if you're still in here, hopefully get off the phone, you can come up. Devil Dog, come up and share what you've got for us here recently. We haven't got to talk to you in a while. Been a while. Anyway, you're glad your husband's still working, huh, Wheezy? I take it when he gets home, it's time to get off the phone or the computer or whatever and go back to work. Oh, that's right. You're headed back home. You'd went up to, went to get your flag. Forgot about that. Sorry about that, bud. Well, just push that button on your dash. It says autopilot. So I just trying to read some of the chat. Try to be fair to everybody and try to catch them all. There's times, it gets pretty tough trying to catch all of them. Sometimes I have to skip a few, and if they're not, if we're just talking to somebody else, I won't read them. But if they're directed at me or towards what we're talking about, yes, I will talk about them. Like I said, I'm going to have Andy Scheckman on Monday. He will be, like I said, he's got a world of knowledge other than just precious metals. And I'm going to get him on some of them other, if I've got time and he's got time, I'm going to get him on some of them other issues because he's in a different realm than I am. We're just out here in the YouTube realm, and he is in the corporate realm. So he hears things a little different than we do, and he's most generally on with the way we think. The only thing automatic in this van is I'm turning left finger. Couldn't be that 9mm beside you, could it? Oh, wow. Wheezy. Yeah. Yeah, that makes it tough to have some quality time. That's for sure. You carry a 1911 what? Not a 9. Well, 1911, just a frame of it. Must be a 45. That or a Glock. Yeah, Professor Falcon, where you work, I bet that's probably they probably don't let you allow you to carry that stuff on the premises there. Yeah, it's 45. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I didn't know if it was going to be a 6mm or what. Some of them little. Because hell, I've got a buddy of mine, not me, but a buddy of mine's got a damn 22 on a 1911 frame. That's a big frame for such a little gun, but boy, that thing is freaking accurate. It is accurate as hell. Maybe that's just the person holding it. Yeah, I like the 1911 or bigger because of my hands. I've used some of the small ones. Boy, they cut my hands plumb up. Them small frames, I can't do them. When that slide comes back on the top side, it usually catches part of my hand on them small frames. So, M1911 Zoom. Been a few days since we've seen you around. Hello. Probably an ace kit on a Colt 1911. Yeah, it very well could be. The old Russell, he's accurate as hell. He kills rattlesnakes with the damn thing, and no bird shot in it. So I did go buy me some bird shot for my little 22 handgun, and then I just changed over to my Judge, and that's what I use for my snake charmer now. Working a lot, huh? Okay. Well, that's understandable. It's always blessed to see people that still have jobs. There's a lot that don't. Yeah, easy. I understand what you're saying. That's funny. That is funny. Hey, Tracy. Nah, Tracy, it's all good. Never late. Always on time. It's always good. Thank you for showing up. Yeah, Susan, there's a lot that did. And I was glad to see the military pulled the plug on them making mandates for that crap, too. I don't think he's getting, Zoom, I don't think he's getting thrown under the bus. I think he's finally getting drug out from under it and quit out of his hiding spot. I think he's getting what he deserves. Now, that's just a personal opinion of mine. I mean, it's pretty bad when CNN's running around calling them a crime syndicate family. That's a bad day. But yeah, it does look, ouch, it does look like a cover up due to they're all for him. Then somebody's got to be a fall guy, so they pick him, and now he's going down for it. Yeah, we got that information about the 6 boxes, or the 6 boxes or whatever more found in his Delaware house. Yeah, he deserves a lot more. You are correct, Professor Falcon. Let's see what Telegram sending me something. I'm trying to look here. Looks like someone just exploded a small side of a building out of the Planning Something Big Canadian Prepper Store, premium survival emergency equipment. Either blew up from the inside or something just hit the outside of the building. It's only on the top floor, so it's not huge devastation on that building, but still, is it an attack on it or what's going on there, you know? Good luck with that, Professor Falcon. Good luck. Those are hard to find. John Holiday, hello. Welcome. Like I said, I hope everybody in here is having a great night and great evening. And it is Saturday, so it's a little relaxed. Like I said, I had other things planned, but didn't come through. It's all good. Canada's having old Turdo up there. He's sure taking everything to the crapper, that's for sure. But that's why him and Miss Potato Head get along so well. Yeah, there was a while that old Trudeau, they was headhunting for him. The civilians were. They was they were headhunting. They wanted his ass, and he had to up his security and everything. Same way with old Gavin Newsom. There you go, Wheezy. Rum and Coke. Cheers. Well, we're not going to hold that against you, Wheezy. Everybody has a right to do. We're all grown adults in here. Everybody has a right to do what the hell they want to do. I mean, if you want to smoke and drink, get her did. I mean, that's all on you. None of us have the right to say anything but that. So, but anyway, trying to look around and see if I can find a little bit more on any of them subjects, and I'm not seeing much. Hang on a second. I got to mute just a second, guys. Okay, sorry about that. I had some noise I seen coming, so I had to mute it to get it away. Alrighty then. Yeah, Ouija, there's nothing wrong with that. Yep. 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 CNN's closing Atlanta headquarters. I hadn't heard that. Well, Jeff B says there was a bomb threat or something up there too. So, I don't know if it had anything to do with that, or if that's just part of it, or if it's all part of the game, or what. That's it, Wheezy. You are correct. You are correct. Elaine, I heard some stir about that, but I didn't know if that was true or not. So I was just letting that lie until we heard more on it. I hadn't heard any more on it. Well, and CNN used to be Trump's friend before he became president. So did NBC. I think NBC was one he was playing all them shows on. The Apprentice or whatever they call it. Kim gonna make her some hot tea. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Well, thank you, Wheezy. We all appreciate that. Yep, we all appreciate that. John Holiday, where are you from? I'm going to hit mute. I got to grab a Kleenex real quick, guys. All right, I'm back. So anyway, if anybody has anything they'd like to talk about, just bring it up, or if you want to come up, just say something in chat. We will drop a link. No one says anything, we won't drop it, and we'll Colorado. Yeah, good old Colorado. I was trying to think. Heard something the other day about Colorado. I can't remember what the hell it was. I don't remember right offhand now. I think it's something about the food shortages or something. It was affecting them up there pretty good. I got some friends that live up there. I need to call them and see how it's going. They own a trucking company that they got like 150 some trucks, and they run that pink slime, you know, that crap they put in your hamburger. So yeah, it's they do that, and they do a bunch of other stuff, but they got a lot of trucks. They used to do scrap iron with part of them too. You know, they had like 15 or 20 of them for the scrap iron side. Gigi, I'm from Oklahoma. Well, Gigi, you're asking where you from? Alabama. I want to tell you what, they got a hell of a college football team. I'll give them that. Them Bama boys are tough. Well, John, I can't hold that against you, especially being up there in Colorado. Yeah, Colorado's well, it's like I said, I've been up there a couple times. I went through there a couple years ago. I try not to go up there a whole hell of a lot. Colorado, it's just for one, I don't like their weather. And it's right alongside of a mountain. They get all that damn snow blowing down in there, and they got a huge international airport, but I only like flying into there. It's too big. It's too for me. I just don't even like it. They say you're gonna have a layover in Denver. I don't even. I pick a different flight. I mean, I've laid over in Houston. I've flown to Houston, and I don't like Houston much either. Other than it's warm during March. Other than that, I don't like Houston. Got some great food. Denver, I've ate a few little places that's pretty decent, but what little I've been there. Well, John, what made you move up north? Some people love that cold weather and they love the snow. I'm not a Elaine, West Virginia, almost heaven with a little bit of hell. British Columbia, Canada. Wheezy, that's really cold. I couldn't do that up there. I can only imagine. Now, Missouri's not a good place to be having to live in your car right now. I think I'd have found a little fuel money and headed south somewhere. That's why you see so many, which is sad, but you see so many homeless in Florida and California, and you'll see some in South Texas. You'll see them anywhere where it's warm because it don't get so damn cold. A big bag of Chex Mix and a hot tea. There you go. Yeah, sounds like quite the snack. Quite the snack. Yeah, I don't mind them at all. Trying to see. I missed 1 second ago, and I was trying to find it. Haven't found it yet. Yeah, Creek's over in Louisiana. I know every time I go up north, way up north. I mean, excuse me. I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of people I've run into, just from the little quicks, I get it at fueling up or going through little towns and having to stop and grab a bite to eat. Some of them people ain't so damn friendly up there, up north. I guess maybe they are friendly. That's just their way. But I'm from down here where everybody's hospitality is so laid back and just come on in, hang out. We don't get no, we try not to get butt hurt about a whole hell of a lot. There's some that do. Don't get me wrong. You are going to run into those that don't like anybody, but hell yeah, Kim. Homemade pizza. Up north, like I said, I went up, like I said, when I was in Mount Rushmore, I did meet a few good people up there. Don't get me wrong. I met some great people up there. A lot of fun to hang out with. But, well, I'll tell you what, in Rapid City, it was just, there was a bunch of boneheads over there. I mean, anywhere you go, everybody's just so distant and they didn't have time to talk to you. I was like, damn, you're going to work at a quick stop and no one's here. But maybe they talk too much because there's too many people there all the time, I don't know. I'll just stay down south where I belong. Cost of living's a hell of a lot cheaper down here. Everything we do is a lot cheaper. So far, we haven't had any problems with shortages on pretty much anything. So, I'm not saying we won't. We're usually the last ones affected. We're the last ones to get help if help ever needs to come here. Even through FEMA, takes them 6 months to get here after we have, tornadoes or something run through. And so, yeah, I understand it. All different parts of the United States has got their own issues, whether it be snowstorms or windstorms or tornadoes or hurricanes. It's all just what you're used to. This is where I grew up, so that's probably where I'll pass on to my other life is from right here, and maybe this podunk little town. We'll just have to see. Oh wow, Mama Llama stuck there in Niagara Falls, waiting for the husband's retirement. Head south. Hell yeah, I don't blame you a bit. It's cold when Niagara Falls freezes over. That's a cold day right there. That's a damn cold day. Yeah, Kim, there's a lot of little places that's going to hell in a handbasket. Welcome to our new administration. I hope like hell we don't have a. Oh, wow. Mama Llama. Hopefully we don't have 2 more years of this administration. We need to get that bonehead out. We got to get him out of there and get somebody worth having in there. And I don't know. Right now, if we just take him out, I don't think there's anybody that could actually step up at this moment to fulfill the seat. I don't know that Kevin McCarthy would be worth a hoot up there. I think he'd go to his head, like being, you see now proud and boastful he was when he got speaker. You can only imagine if he got sworn in as president. Yeah, I just can't. Maybe the pro temp or somebody, but then that's just going to put it right back in the same hands as him of the Senate. That's fourth in line. So I don't know. That'd be a hard one to. I don't know if there's anybody that could actually be voted in unless it was a special election. I don't know. Well, Mama Llama, you're welcome here anytime, whether you're in the chat or you're just watching. It's all good. The chief of staff is stepping down. Yeah, he feels it getting a little chilly around him. I bet that's probably right. He probably feels the shitstorm coming on. A lot of times, that chief of staff, they'll stick right in there by the prez until the bitter end because they can get pardoned. So if he's implicated in anything after he steps down, he can get his ass handed to him. That does make you wonder what the hell is going on. He better step down and start ratting. The only thing I can think, just to keep his butt out of jail. Or worse. Because what they're doing, as I feel, is on the borderline of treason, if not. Anyway, we got Holcomb for the governor. Well, good. Good. Kim, that's good to hear. Oh yeah, Ouija, that is true. Yeah, we all need to focus on. Yeah, it's all hearing. It's good is a good thing, and it gives us hope. But now we got to see it. And I'm gonna tell you what, we haven't seen much in the way of justice, fair justice in the last 6 years, a little over 6 years now. We haven't seen much in that way at all. I'm real scared it's just a big vicious game and we get sucked in by two different routes they go, but it all ends up the same. And a shitstorm, and we're the ones stuck in the middle and have to pay for it, either by financially or physically or by life, and it's just, we need to quit being stuck in the middle of their bullshit game. I get pissed off every time, one president don't like the other one. They can't get along. Oh, so now we got to go to war. Now we got to go sacrifice all our boys and girls. And it's very exhausting to me to have to listen to this crap just to sacrifice more of our people. They just don't make no damn sense. If them two get into a brothel, they don't like each other, duke it out. Loser, get up, drag your ass home, winner, stomp off of pride and go home. Problem's over. Oh, yeah, war machine. Yeah, and the bad thing is there's a certain group of people that fund both sides of it. Yep, they fund both sides of that crap. Just because war is the biggest moneymaker for any government there ever was. Even if you're on a losing side. So it gets aggravating. It really does, guys. And I see all this, and I've watched it for years now. Did I ever serve? No. I tried. That did not work out. But anyway, but I do have eyes. I do have a mentality where I can understand kind of what's going on. No, Weezy, you're correct. That's like a couple of gentlemen having a few drinks in a bar, and they're getting a, hey, 208 Outdoors. It's been a long time since I've seen your name. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. I was reading some of them comments and Kim threw me off. Not your problem. Not your fault, Kim. Yeah, money changes a lot of people. Well, I was talking to a gentleman yesterday, and I said what I've been saying for over 20 years. I had a big brother. And you remember we used to be called the Big Brother. The United States did. And here's what I see. Yeah, that's right. 208 used to be, or Zoom. Yeah. Okay. Zoom and 208's the same. Anyway, I remember that now. But anyway, yeah. Lost my train of thought again. Damn it. Okay. We used to be called Big Brother. And once I've always said, Big Brother sticks their nose in somebody else's business long enough, he's going to get his damn nose broke. The United States has been sticking their nose in everybody else's business since 2000 and wait. Let's go back. Damn near ever since in between World War I and World War II, right in there. We've been sticking our nose in everybody else's business. Bruce, how you doing, bud?
Oh, hanging in there, another bad day if you can't tell.
I was going to say, you got a nice hairdo going on. I like it. It's actually unique. Look at some of the news reporters. They look the same way.
Yeah, I patted part of it down, but I don't want to stay down. I heard you talking about people funding both sides of the war. A lot of people might know this and they might not, but I want to tell you about what happened in the year 1812.
There you go.
Okay. Rothschilds, everybody knows who they are and
Oh, yeah.
everything.
Good straight laced people. Yeah, we know. Who
Yeah,
they are.
after the same time of year or of the century, the War of 1812 here, Napoleon was on the rampage over in Europe at the same
Right.
time.
Okay.
And the Rothschilds financed both sides of Napoleon's war. And I think they had their fingers in here in the War of 1812. A lot of people, War of 1812 was a war on us to take the United States back to England rule when all
Right.
that went down. And let me get back to the real kicker of this whole thing. War of 1812 and everything. Everybody did everything by messenger and
Right.
everything back and forth on sending messages. So they went to England, and this is after Napoleon lost, but it wasn't general knowledge at the time. So the messenger that made it to England to tell the Rothschilds that Napoleon lost, Rothschilds told that no, wait a minute here. that Napoleon won, and they were going to be under French rule, and the Rothschilds told everybody, and they sold off all the businesses and stuff in England, so they couldn't, made them worth nothing. That way, if Napoleon did win, didn't have much to work with. So the real message got there where England won, and before that, Rothschild told everybody to start buy, and then the news came across. So that's how the Rothschilds ended up owning England back then for a little bit of nothing. That's how they became basically financial warlords over there in England back then.
Well, the Rothschilds come from a lot further back than just the Rothschilds back in the 1800s. That family wasn't called the Rothschilds originally. That goes back long before the name Rothschild come up.
Yeah,
That
but
goes
that's
back a long damn way.
But that's how they ended up owning most of England, is they told a lie for the stock exchange in England, where they sold off everything, to capitalize on what profit they had. And then all of a sudden they get the real message that England won, and stocks are slow in the toilet, that the Rothschilds and his cronies bought up everything they could and everything and sent the value back up. But that's how they ended up owning about all the businesses in England at that time in the 18 teens and 20s.
Right.
And everything. So I don't know how many of the viewers know that, but I thought I'd throw that in there.
Yep. And 100 years later, they come over and try to do the same damn thing with the United States.
Yep.
And they actually did. They did that in 1871, basically. But go ahead.
We were bankrupt after the war the Civil War, and that's how we became under the deal with England for financial reasons. Was we were bankrupt after the Civil War in 1871, like you said, only 6 years after the Civil War ended. That's how we got sold out down the road until from 1871 till I still don't know whether it's true or not for the 2018, 2019, the bankruptcy thing that Mr. Key did get us away from them. But 1871 till 2018 at least, that's why we were under British rule for finances and everything.
Yeah, and guess who was the original one that signed off on that, taking the loan?
Ulysses S. Grant,
That is exactly correct.
general from the Civil War.
Yep. Ulysses S. Grant signed off and put us right back under where the thing we fought to get away from. Yep.
You know, ever since our country was founded, I've read stuff and everything that everything was, as for better words, secret societies came over with the founders and the discoverers of this so-called new world. But a lot of the I'd say ancient stuff or traditional stuff that they did in England followed them over here, and they just had to vamp it, kind of give it a little different identity where it looked better, but the mission was the same. So everything was brought over here. A lot of people think this didn't start till, after the Revolutionary War or anything, but it started way before then. It was already, it came over with the people that came over here.
Yep. Well, and they got proof. There's been people, they said Columbus founded the New World, and he didn't. He was just the first one to document it that was put in public.
Yeah, like you and I have visited a while back about the first documentation of human existence on the earth, what was going on before the human documentation, before they figured out, oh, we might write some of this stuff down so we can pass it on, But what was going on before then, I'd kind of like to see what the chat has to say about that. There was stuff going on before, documented in the Bible and stuff, because about 2,000 or so years before that, the Sumerian tablets were in effect. That was one of the first documentations, and before that, we're not sure what all was documented or not documented where we could understand it and stuff. But there was stuff going on for eons and everything.
Oh, yeah.
That aren't there.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't want to think about that.
Yeah, this stuff's been going on since the day of the dawn of man.
The existence of the universe by the great creator. Everything's been going on, and I'm probably going to open a can of worms here, but I know we got a lot of Bible believers in the channel and stuff. But like I said before, the Bible was written, what went on before then, and does that mean that our creator couldn't have put anybody else anywhere in the universe besides this blue rock, third rock from the sun? There's plenty of other places out there that there could be civilizations.
You would think. You would definitely think, because
yeah. But
there's,
it's just more common sense and logic and everything, unless we're really special to the creator, and we have a heck of a way to show him our gratitude for it. I hate to say it about what's been going on here.
Well, it's true. It's true.
And everything. Why couldn't he put people in other places and everything, and have the same problems we do and everything, only different entities that he decided to put there?
Oh, I know it. I know it. Yeah, we've had this discussion many a times. Even back 3 years ago, we've even talked about some of that.
Oh, yeah.
And it's been going on a long time, and everybody goes, well, what's it matter now? I mean, we're here now, but well, if you look at it, history has repeated itself how many times? 200, 300 times that we know of?
We haven't learned a damn thing.
No, it's repeating itself again, just in new and more technical ways. It's the same damn thing happening again.
Applying what we learned in past, to use it against each other in the future.
That's it. Some knowledge ain't the best to pass down, but that's how it works.
No, it's all power. And for the life of me, what I believe and all of this, what is the point besides having a label or having power over somebody else? That just don't make any sense to me.
No, me neither. Like I said just a couple nights ago, and I've said a couple times throughout the last 3 or 4 years, is the people of the United States are nothing more than employees, which are nothing more. Most of them are employees, and most of them are. It's just a different word than slave. The only difference is a slave got. I brought this up on the show the other day.
Yeah.
The only difference of a slave and an employee is the slave owners got smart and figured out how they didn't have to feed, clothe, and house the slaves. So they kick them out on their own and give them a few pockets of change and let them pay their own damn way. But you still, they still make us come to work.
Yeah.
That's the only difference. They just got smarter about it. It's the same damn thing.
Still traded something for something.
Yes, and they got the military, or not the military. Let me rephrase that. They got some of their enforcement to be the ones that whips us. Now, how they whip us is by giving us tickets for not following their guidelines of speeding or not wearing your seatbelt or spanking your kid, or that's their way of whipping us because we're not doing what they feel we should do. Well, it's the same damn thing a slave did. They got whipped and beat.
Not complying across the board with everything that's on the books, civil and criminal.
That's it.
So, but I don't see an end to it in my lifetime, Shane.
No, I don't either. I just got this sent to me, and yes, it was in the chat. On Saturday night, Antifa members took to the streets of Atlanta to throw rocks and light fires outside of the Atlantic Police Station.
Yeah, they had it.
And then earlier, when Jeff was in here, he said something about that.
Yeah, I seen a deal the other day that they was going to have an uprising against the Atlanta Police Department. I forget where I read it, but I thought of that when Jeff B. Said that in chat and everything. But they're railing against Atlanta right now, so I wonder who's going to be next.
Now, who's doing that? Do you know? Is it for sure Antifa?
As far as I know, yeah, they were recruited to do it.
Okay.
And everything. So, but who's going to be next,
Oh, absolutely. Makes you wonder.
Unless they really pull the trigger and put the kibosh to them and things like that, which I doubt if any of them will. It has to be us red-blooded Americans to say no and hell no to do something about it. Then they'll try to come back on us and never-ending deal. Okay, you guys didn't do nothing, so we're obligated. It's our duty to keep our safety and all of that. It's our duty to do this and everything, no matter what they passed.
Oh, absolutely.
And did you see what they did, what a judge did yesterday in Illinois?
Which one?
Okay.
Which case? Because I seen something on Illinois yesterday. They turned down the gun ban.
Yeah, they see Pritzker signed the assault weapons ban.
Yep.
And 90 out of 102 counties said, no, we're not doing this. And things.
92 counties said, ain't happening.
Yeah. And it was an emergency hearing at a court. I forget where the court's at, but it's in the same jurisdiction as the attorney general challenger for this election filed it. and they heard it on an emergency basis, and they put an injunction, and it's going to be heard again on the 1st of February, and hopefully it'll go on up the ladder to state Supreme Court and eventually, the U.S. Supreme Court. But what Pritzker
It shouldn't
said,
have to get. It shouldn't have to get
No.
the Supreme Court. It should be able to stop right there in the state, and that's
Yeah.
how it was designed. The Supreme Court was not there to decide on each individual state. It was there to decide on whether shit is constitutional that the legislature puts out. That's it.
yeah,
It
they're
was not
supposed
to be over all this other crap over each individual state.
there's supposed to be 8 more states have a assault weapons ban in place, supposedly. I can think in New York, maybe California, Oregon, and Washington.
Your blue states.
Yeah,
If you notice, they're blue states.
yeah. But there's supposed to be
That
8
still
states.
leaves 70% of the United States that is 70% at least 60% of the United States says you can shove that right up
Yeah.
the wazoo.
But that's what Pritzker was trying to use them as a precedent to do this. That's what he was doing. And come to find out, on what they put that stipulation in was a insurance bill or something that they needed to pass in there, but there's no mention of what he signed on what originally the bill was, and they're making it out like this was a standalone, which it was not. That was amended to have this in there, and of course they passed it under the insurance deal, and they say, nah, you can't do that.
All right.
Is what they did. So that's what's going on right now.
Yeah, I knew I'd seen something about that up there in Illinois, which really shocked me because I really thought Illinois was blue, but that makes you wonder if 90 out of all them counties,
Yeah,
that's over 50% of them
yeah.
said stick it. That
it's
makes
80.
me wonder if it's really blue.
I think it's 82%, of the counties out of the 102.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be way up there, 90 some of them. Yeah.
Yeah, 90 out of 102. And I think somebody said the other day.
Well, yeah, that's going to be 90. You might as well figure that's 90% because that's like 90 out of 100.
Yeah.
So if it's 92 to 102, then yeah, that's 90%. Say, screw you.
Yeah. Yeah, that video I sent you last night or the night before, watch that for about an hour and 15 minutes, and that'll open your eyes of what's going on over to that country west of Russia and everything on why things are going on there, and other tidbits in there that nobody will tell you about because from that and everything, that Israeli News Live video I sent you and everything, and they want to watch.
I took a glimpse of that. I just didn't have time to watch it when you sent it.
Yeah, but it gives you the real reason why things are going on in that country over there and everything. See, Stephen Banoon of Israeli News Live, he has meetings weekly with hierarchy up in the government, is what he does. And he gets told things, and of course he can't release all of it, but he uses some alternative Rumble, iConnect, and things like that on some of his alternate channels to put some of this stuff out because it's too hot for YouTube.
Right.
And stuff and everything. But if you need some information or something to talk about on your channel, I can help you out with that. Try to scour some of them when I feel like it and send you some stuff if you want me to.
All right. No, it sounds good to me. Wyatt Earp, welcome. I'm glad to see you in here, bud. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing better. Wyatt, we tried to get Susan Hazelton to get a hold of you last time you said that. So I don't know what happened there. I never heard. So I apologize. That didn't go through, but no, it's out there again because she was in here. Hopefully she's still listening. Yeah, Kim, that's probably true. Yeah, they're always poking at us for something, and they try different routes to go that way. They try to slip it into bills, and it's chicken shit how they play that. I'm sorry, that's just the best word for it. And Wheezy, Trudeau lost the support of every province in Canada. Well, if that is correct, it won't be long and he's going to be gone. I would hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
No,
another one of those. And they said he's kin to some wicked people. So I don't know how true it is, but that's what they said. Is some of his family go.
yeah, their game plan is on the domestic side here, plus the military side overseas, is to push all the people they disagree with into a corner, so they'll do something, and that way they can supposedly justify their response. Is
Correct.
what it amounts to, because what they said, the deal going on over yonder. Well, I'm trying to keep us from getting knocked down here, but NATO
Yeah.
has a proxy war going on with the big bear through us.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard
Through
that.
us is what it is. Or we're through NATO. Basically, we're against the big bear going through NATO, so we're not directly involved. But if anybody's got a brain in themselves, who runs NATO?
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. We all know. I want to tell you, I'm not a United Nations controls pretty much the world behind doors. And they are created by the United Nations, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, or it was a deal after World War II, which Eisenhower might have had something to do with that. I don't know when he became president. I don't think it was his predecessor. I can't think of his name right now, but anyway, I think it was not really the United Nations, but they probably became the curators of it later after it was formed. But I think the United States went in, with the Allies after World War II and set up NATO
Right.
and things. And then, of course, when the United Nations got to going back late 50s, early 60s, they probably were given authority to oversee a bunch of stuff and everything else. But you don't hear too much about them right now
No.
on
You
it
do
or
not.
anything. But that don't mean they're there in the background and everything. And also in that video that I sent you, that if things go to hell in a handbasket up on our northern border, we have troops from the red country over
Yep.
there stationed up there.
Yep. They have been for
And
2 years now.
if we have
3.
civil war or something, I think they're going to be mobilized to come in here as NATO, or not NATO, but UN troops on a peacekeeping to quash it and everything is what I think they're going to do, is what Stephen Bannon said.
Right.
So it could get interesting here within the next year or two and everything. I
Yeah.
hope it straightens out before then, but
Oh, absolutely.
way things are going, who knows? There's got to be a lot more people waking up than what there is now. There just ain't enough people awake yet. There's
I
more.
think they're awake. They're just quiet, Bruce. I just think a lot of people are scared and quiet.
Yeah, that's probably true too, but there's probably still a lot of them asleep and waiting for, don't bother me, let somebody else do it and everything right now.
Oh, yeah. Until it hits my doorstep, I ain't going to worry about it. Yeah. We talk about that a lot.
But it's going to have to get awful bad, with food and, bare necessities, if those are going to be hard to find, there's going to be trouble. We all know that.
We may find that out coming by the end of this year.
Yeah.
With all the crops that was destroyed last year and the cattle being pushed through so hard now, and the prices going through the roof, everybody's trying to make a few bucks. Bad thing is, they're bushing all the cattle, getting it all sent out, and no one's raising any because it's so expensive they can't buy back, and they didn't keep a breeder stock.
Yep.
So they convinced us to screw ourselves. Is what happened.
Yeah.
So, it's just one of those deals. We're going to have to be very careful on, people that are raising crops of any kind, or cattle, or which is a crop, and chickens, if you got them, don't just because the money sounds good. I want to tell you what, money ain't worth a shit when you can't buy nothing. There's nothing for sale.
No, but that just goes to show you on how much control, I'll use the past tense, they had on us and everything. And that woke up some people and things, but something else is going to happen before a bunch more wake up and everything. And it's not going to be good when it happens to wake the people up.
No, they're going to be in disbelief. Now, let me ask you something. Do you have Steve Bannon's link?
No.
Okay. I was going to say, if you did, can you drop it? That would be awesome.
No, I don't have it and everything. Maybe somebody in chat can find it. What do you want? His website or?
Well, someone sent me a text and asked if he was getting some of that stuff from Bannon, the War Room. I didn't know if you had it, if that's where you got some of your information or not. So I thought if you had it, it would be good to be dropped.
I got this from Israeli News Live on his interview with Pastor Anthony off of Daily Excellence the other night.
Okay.
When he did that interview and stuff and everything. But no, he's a good resource. A lot of times he'll just put up like a 38-second deal to tell you where what he's going to do on where you can find the show. Because like I say, he puts a announcement out on YouTube on where the show's going to be because it's too hot for YouTube, and that's where you got to go to see it.
Okay.
But no, I watch all sorts of stuff and everything, and sometimes I can't remember what I watch and everything, and I got it all in my watch history, but sometimes it takes me forever to go backwards and try to find it and everything. Did you get a chance to look at that food website I sent you?
Yes, I did. I did watch that one.
What do you think? What do you think about that deal on that side where you can find stuff?
It's very interesting, and I haven't done a whole lot of checking into it yet, but I am going to. I saved it. I put it in my important documents so I know right where it is. So I got to get on that soon.
We got a few new ones in here tonight, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know if it's still in here, but yeah, we got a few. Cat Bevins, hello. I'm glad you enjoy it. It's always nice to hear. Thank you. And I'm sorry I missed you a second ago, but when we're in a conversation, it's hard for me I don't want to interrupt anybody. That's just rude on my part. I don't want to be rude to anybody.
I'm going to drop that link again for the new people, Shane, on that.
Okay. Food. Yeah. No, that'd be good.
There you go. I dropped it in regular chat this time.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. That way they can go look. And if you do a search and then when it comes, it says view bigger map, you can view the bigger map and it'll have pins in where these people are located in your state. You can search by state.
Okay, cool.
And for us here, Shane, our closest one is Protection, Kansas.
Protection, Kansas?
Yeah.
That's a little bitty place.
Yeah. But it's people that don't want to be bothered by the government is the biggest part about it.
Right, right.
It's what these are and everything. There's different commodities on what they do at different ones and everything. So but it's just something. Look, there's quite a few around Oklahoma City also.
Okay. Yeah, I know protection's the closest for me. I mean, that's not, but shoot, I can be in protection in an hour and a half at least. Easy.
Yeah. But just have to do some reading on it. I just skimmed it, a couple, 3 states is all I did and everything when I first did it. I haven't been on it anymore lately or anything like that. But
Now, what Bruce is talking about, ladies and gentlemen, is being able to buy directly from the producer, not have to worry if your store runs out or something like that. They've got certain things they do grow. You find out where they're at near you, and they'll sell directly to you, and you don't have to go to a commercial license to buy it. So that's what we're talking about, and it makes it so you can go pick it up, or it'll get sent. I'm sure they'll send it directly to you.
yeah, some of them will, some of them won't. But I think it'll tell you if you read in the description on what they'll do.
I'm sure, and I'm sure there's going to be a little bit of cost, but I mean, if you're wanting to stock up and there's none in your store, I mean, it's going to be well worth the money. I mean, if you ain't got it, you ain't got it. You need it, you get it.
If it's within 100 miles, it's worth the 2-hour drive to go do it too.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, it is.
Just something I run across one night when I was watching a deal about an Amish gentleman where they put the kibosh to him about selling milk and produce and everything else that they sell on the Amish farm.
Right.
And everything. And then this website was towards the end of the video on what it is. It's just like Amish people in business doing that. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of them are Amish that do that too. And
right
on that website. But it's just something where if I can help somebody out, I'm glad I did. Like I say, I just stumbled up on it. I wasn't looking for anything, but I'm just looked at it and yeah, that'll work.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's why I said I got to still got to contact Goya Foods. I want to see if we can order direct from there too. Then I'll start putting all this out, because if we can order direct, it ain't going to go through a commercial license. Everybody's better off. And I wouldn't think I'd recommend you for having a commercial license, because that just cuts your own throat. Now, granted, we're not going to buy the bulk that these commercial places do, but never sign an agreement that you're commercial only, with a license only.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about that.
And I imagine some of them they're in that deal have been molested by those agencies.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They have. And then they hold the stock back in the back and say, no, we're out of it, when they got plenty in the back. They just don't want to put it out because the government tells them not to.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen. Oklahoma City had a store that did that. I go to 3 other stores and none of them's like that. Well, why is this the only one getting held back? Thank you, Susan.
But no, I looked at the big map of the United States. Of course, it was zoomed out. I didn't zoom it in locally or anything, but there's a lot of pins on that United States map. And if they probably tried to get rid of all of them, there would be some big hell to pay, man.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Not only from the farmers themselves, but the customers and whoever else they could, get to help them for their life. It's down a matter of life and death when they do something like that.
And Susan, thank you for that. But I'm also going to say this. That link that Bruce dropped, go grab it and keep it, because there may be some place right close to you that you can go get, whether it's a distributor from Goya or some of these local farmers. You may be able to it may be one next door to you. Hell, who knows? But if no one asks, and they will, you tell them your situation, they may donate. Now, I'm not going to guarantee it, but they may donate something for you to help you out. Or and then once you get on, get your belly full, they may even, there's people looking for help all the time. So there may be something there. You never give up on options just because you feel you're down on your luck.
Been there, done that. I know.
Absolutely.
I've had
Really?
just to let Susan know a brief history about me. Back 1998, 99, I hit rock bottom. I mean, in my life. And I was out of it, didn't give a crap. I wasn't suicidal or anything, but I got as low as a person could go because the only way to get out of what I was going through was up. And I've made up my mind. I ain't going back there again, but you hang in there, Susan, because it might look like everything's all lost. And anybody that's having this trouble, not just Susan, anybody in chat or whoever watches this or anything, just hang in there, because it's sometimes I hate to say it, but to get a real perspective on what's really happening, you have to go to the bottom and start all over and crawl back up and make up your mind you're not going back there again. And everything is the best thing that ever happened to me. It was hell at the time, but it was one of the best things that ever happened to me. And I'm not the best right now, but I ain't the worst either. And there's been many times I wanted to throw in the towel again, but I didn't like that situation when I was at rock bottom. And I'm not going back no matter how tough it gets or anything. I just overcome and adapt is the best thing I can tell you, and hang in there. It's tough sometimes, but hang in there. And also, some advice I gave my cousin, he's a preacher, that with my wife, she was paralyzed from the chest down for 4 years, me keeping her alive and stuff. And the way I looked at it, the Lord was giving me a test and everything on how I would handle certain situations and everything. And like the old saying is, it might seem like you've got more than you can handle, but I don't think he would do that to us. And if you keep the mindset, instead of having the pity party, why me? I don't deserve this. This should be happening to somebody else. I didn't do nothing that bad, etc., etc. Just look at it as a test of what the Lord's having you do. And I made a little joke about it and everything. If you keep this in mind, here's the punchline for the joke, and it's a morale booster and everything. It's like, I must be doing something right. I keep passing these tests and they keep coming and everything. That'll help your morale right there, folks, and everything. Just keep in mind it's a test, and I must be doing something right because I keep getting them. So over to you, Shane.
No, it was perfect what you were saying, because I just said the same damn thing. So you are spot on. I was trying to read some of this chat real quick. Yeah.
Okay.
Never give up, guys. Yeah, Ouija's correct. Never give up. We'll give up soon enough. And God will tell us when it's our time to give up. Don't make that decision for yourself.
No. And also, that's what I've told people. Also, here we go again, Shane, real quick, if you don't mind.
No, you go for it.
Okay. When my wife was in ICU, 180 miles east of me in Wichita, Kansas, there were people there that they know they weren't going to survive.
Correct.
And the doctor would make the suggestion, talk to the family, and this is what I think's best for them. I am totally against that. Because like we've talked about it before, on other things, who are we to judge and make life and death decisions for people? That includes regulations and all that. To me, that includes pulling the plug on somebody. We don't have the authority to speed the process up or anything like that. Because if the good Lord's going to take you, which he took my wife, she was on a ventilator and IV, heart monitor, the whole schmear and everything, the Lord took her and everything. It ain't going to matter what you're on. If it's your time, it's your time. You don't need to speed up the situation because that's what Satan wants. And he's banking on the person that's in that state for you to make the decision for them because they might have accepted Christ. They might not have accepted Christ. But it's his way of him being a gambler to hopefully to get that soul if you make that decision to do it and everything instead of if the Lord wants them, I'm going to keep them as alive as long as possible, even if they say they're going to be a vegetable and all of that's been turned around in years, documented and stuff like that. But who do we have? Why are we have the authority to end someone's life? To me, it ain't any different than pulling the trigger on somebody or feeding them something that'll kill them and everything. There's no difference there. It's still a life is a life being expired before the good Lord says it's time.
And that's it. That's it. And I got to answer something. Kim, yes, that is what I have been seeing for 3 years or better now.
Yep.
We had, well, probably longer, probably 4 years. Let me go 4 years. Why I say 4 years? Because the last 2 years of Mr. T's of his term, the last 2 years, I'm not going to blame Democrats. I'm just going to say the Democrats had control of the House and the Senate, and things kind of went awry then, and that's what probably got Trump thrown out. Well, that's the excuse we'll use at this moment. That's probably one of the things that hurt him in his election year. Now, if you look now, since we got this, mashed potato administration, it's got amplified by 1,000-fold. So yes, I do believe they're targeting. They couldn't target us as a people at our rights because there was too much resistance. So now they're targeting our food, and the government runs around paying all these people to destroy their crops. Well, they ain't got sellers because all the like that potato farmer, he had to bury I don't know how many thousands and thousands of, there was like 200, 300,000 bushels of potatoes because the restaurants weren't open because of the whooping cough that was going around. Hello, Mr. B. So, you destroy all them. Why destroy them? Take them potatoes, take them carrots, take them the vegetables. Why destroy them? Take them down to a homeless shelter. Take them to somewhere that somebody can use them. What's the difference? Either way, you're destroying them.
You're
just giving it away.
Throw a Facebook ad up to come and get them.
Yeah, bingo. Somebody is going to there's faith in humanity left. I know. There's somebody's going to have a big truck, a box truck, go pick up as many as they can haul and take back to the people of their own community. There is ways around that crap, and these people need to quit. Listen to the government, take it, because what's going to happen, and now they can't even afford to plow or haul anything to market because now the fuel prices, diesel prices are through the friggin' roof. This is all by design, brothers and sisters. I'm going to tell you right now, every bit of this is by design. And it's not good. So that's why me and Bruce were talking, and we was talking about, that's why he went and found some of the local places around us, but he says they're all over the United States where you could probably order or even get some produce of some sort that they can't sell. But I want to tell you something to eat is better than nothing to eat.
I want to address Susan here,
Okay.
Shane.
All right, go for it.
Yeah, I know you're having a tough time, Susan, and you're so welcome for the information and all of that and things. I just wish I could help you out. I'm disabled too and everything. So I know what it's like to be in the pickle you're in. I've slept in my car before and everything, especially when my wife was in the ICU. I slept in the car in the parking lot of the hospital in Wichita, so I could be 5 minutes from her and stuff and everything else like that. And if you don't mind me asking, where are you at? I'm in Southwest Kansas is where I'm at and things, and I'm just don't know if I could help or not. I'm limited on what I can do big time, but if there's anything that I could do, I would sure give it a try anyway and all of that and let you know if I'm able to or might be able to or something like that. So, but anyway, I understand what you're going through and anytime and all of that. So, and if you want to send Shane, if you've got Shane's email and stuff, have him send you my info and things like that. And if you'd like to talk on the phone, I'll be more than happy to talk to you and everything. And I'm widowed and things, so you don't have to worry about spouse or anything like that. So it's just me and my 2 cats. And nice to talk to adults. I don't speak kitty very well and hardly ever understand it except by their actions and stuff. They show me what they want at times. But
Yeah,
anyway,
she's way up north, Bruce. She's way up in
Oh.
Missouri, I do believe it is, Michigan, or
okay.
she's way up north. I was trying to go back and look.
Okay. Yeah, Susan, nothing else. I'll keep you in my prayers and God bless you. And I hope something comes through. But like I said in my earlier rant and everything, just look at this as a test.
Oh yeah,
And everything. It might look on the grim side, and it might have to go way down, or if not all the way down, to come back up and everything. Just kind of wondering if you've got anybody else you're responsible for besides yourself. That says a lot right there on what you're trying to do too.
oh yeah, absolutely. I can't remember where she said she was from. I know it's way up north because she's up there with Wyatt, close
Okay.
to Wyatt Earp. She's 4 hours from Wyatt Earp.
Perryville, Missouri, wherever that is. That's what Wyatt said.
Okay, okay.
So if it's
So
up
it's
north,
4 hours
Missouri,
over there somewhere. Yeah.
yeah. I'm 8 hours from Kansas City out here.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah.
everything. So that's quite a little jump. I'm not physically or mentally capable of doing that right now with everything that I got going on. It's just not feasible, and finances aren't working in my favor for a while either.
Right, right. And trust me, we're all going through that, Bruce. And I don't see it getting any better.
No, I just liked 100 miles south of St. Louis. Oh wow, that's way on the other side of Missouri too.
That's that's a ways there.
You're welcome, Wheezy, anytime or anything like that. So, but I just wanted to hop on for a little while, Shane, and had some stuff come to mind. And seems like I hardly got anything on my mind till we get in here and start talking. Then I don't know when to shut up.
No, it's all good, bud. It's all good. I enjoy it because I run out of things to talk about at times, and it's always good to have somebody come up and either change the subject or ad lib to it, and then it creates just more conversation.
Yeah, I'll be laying here listening to you and all of that's why I don't come up because I really ain't got anything to add or anything. And then you trip something about both sides of the war being financed, and thought I'd pass along to everybody on what I know and
Correct.
everything. And then look what happened. It just went from one thing to another for about an hour or so right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I don't have a problem with that at all. That's the way it should be. That's called conversation, Bruce.
Yeah. But it's just one of those deals where I'm laying here listening and everything. And I really ain't got nothing to add or anything to say. Then when I get up here, I got a whole bunch of stuff to say that just pops in out of nowhere. I don't know where it comes from.
Right. I'm the same damn way.
So,
Susan, yeah, I'll let you drop it. I'll give you that. I'll let you drop it. Don Richie, hello. It's good to see you. Would you pick up the jellies I dropped? Knocked down. There's 3 of them down there. But anyway, yeah, no, Don Richie, it's good to see you. I wonder what happened to you. I hadn't seen you a day or two.
oh my.
But no, Susan, I'll let you go ahead and do that. I usually try not to get personally involved because I've seen how it went on other shows and just it can go sideways in a hurry, and I just don't want to be responsible for anything somebody else says, whether it come off my channel or not. I just don't want to be responsible for somebody else's words.
You're so welcome, Susan. Anytime, sweetie.
But anyway, yeah, I'm going to go about 20 more minutes and we'll shut her down.
Okay.
So we got about 20 minutes. If you got anything else you'd like to share, you are more than welcome, or we will get with the chat and see what they have going on. And
yeah, I watch so much stuff I forget 3/4 of it that I watched. It's real interesting and stuff,
absolutely,
stuff like that, and so on and so forth. And just between you and me, nobody else will know what we're talking about. That video I sent you last week off of that other gentleman's channel. Did you get a chance to watch it?
I'm trying to think. I'm probably like you, Bruce. I probably did, but there's so much crap that gets sent to me.
Uncle Tifa. Uncle Tifa.
Oh yes. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not even going to. Yeah, no, I'm going to leave that alone.
Okay, I just thought I'd check with you, see if you did get to take a look at it. That's all I wanted to know and everything. Then you do what you need to do or what you want to do and everything. But I thought you needed to know.
Oh yeah, no, and you wasn't the only one that shared that with me, and it's one of those deals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, it would all come in the same day, Bruce. So don't worry.
Oh, okay.
But it was one of those deals. I'm not going to. I'm doing my thing here, and I don't care what anybody else.
Right.
That's just all I care.
Right. I understand, but I just thought you might needed to know, to get the kind of the people that was at ground zero to see what they had to contribute and all of that. And, might give you a little bit of closure and stuff on trying to understand on why some of it happened. We're not going to know all of it, of course, but just one of those deals. I just wanted to share that with you since I stumbled up on it. And, I was kind of indirectly involved when I came down to see you, when the gentleman came down to see you. So I thought I'd just pass it along to you and out of courtesy, if nothing else.
Oh, yeah. No. And I appreciate it. Like I said, because I don't always get everything. I do get a lot. Like I said, I still get stuff that comes over from the previous channel I was on. A couple years ago. I still get trickles from that. And I check on it, but I don't address it because it's just not.
Yeah,
I'm going to do my thing and they can do theirs. And that's all it is.
Ain't productive or could cause some more issues.
Well, and if it don't affect my life directly, why should I give it any airtime?
Right.
So I just. But anyway, I just don't do it.
Okay.
I got a lot of important things going on, and I say that. Let me rephrase this. There's a lot of things I'm trying to research and look up and get things lined up so I can help build my channel a little bit. And it's not because I want it big. I don't want rich and famous, and that's why I don't get monetized. That's why I don't ask for money anymore. I don't ask for nothing.
Yeah.
I just want to visit with great people, have great conversations, and maybe we can all come up with a plan after the conversation and do something about it.
Would you want to do any shows like some of the stuff that I told you earlier on? I'd call it the wild side and everything. What we've talked about and stuff. If you wanted me to try to set up something with Gene blank and everything, because he's got an email for appearances on other shows, and see if he's can do anything for you, or do you want to go that deep into something?
Bruce, let me get this shut down. Just hang out, and we'll go backstage for a second, and you can tell me.
Okay.
That way I know exactly what you're talking about. Don Ritchie.
Okay.
My thoughts on the timing of the mashed potato HD demise seems to me the demon rats want him out too. Just your opinion. I do believe he's not only just a fall guy, but I believe, so they had to have somebody to blame. And the good thing is they can blame him because he's a senile old person that will probably never spend a day in prison in his life, just due to he is senile. And I mean, there's no doubt about it. He can't remember who he is half the time. He can't remember who his wife, in between his wife and his sister, are. He can't remember to shake hands with the heir or not. I mean, the guy don't even know who he is or where he's at half the time, and that's just almost mean. But now he has done some things in the past that he will get punished for. Is it going to be up to us? Well, if he ain't been punished by us by now, and everybody's been complicit, everybody that was complicit with it needs to be punished too. Or let God do the punishment.
Yeah, him and his cronies have already basically did the heavy lifting and everything to mess us up and everything like that, and they need to get somebody else in there, from what you're saying about him, to finish the job. Shane, go on.
No, that's what I had. And that's, I said it. And I mean, there's need to be a lot of things that should have been done and can be done, but will it get done? Don't know. If it goes by past experience in the last 10 years, you know what's going to be done?
Nothing.
Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. And we'll move on. We'll get somebody hopefully better, and everybody will forget about it.
See, the deal is with all this stuff that went on for the last, I'd say 3 years now.
Good night, Robert Lawrence. Sorry to cut you off, Bruce. Sorry.
That's all right. But the deal is, everything that was supposed to take place and what they were talking about doing, even what we were talking about doing and everything did not happen.
Right.
And people just acclimated to the current situation, and what was in the plans behind the acclimation, or just, like you say, forgot about and everything, and we just went on and everything. And now if something needs to be done, it needs to be done, and not put on the back burner or anything, or talk about it for a while and hope somebody else does it. And then, everybody acclimates to it, like, okay, this is the way life is, we'll go on.
Yeah, and that's the problem. It marinated so long that everybody did acclimate instead of taking care of the problem.
Yep.
Yeah, Don Ritchie, thank you for that. And yes, all of them will face God. All of us will face God at one time. And we can judge all the people we want, but it comes down to when you walk in front of them in them gates, you can't grab that guilty suspect and throw in front of you and say, well, look at this guy. He's worse than me. But it's not up to you. That's not up to you. Leave it to God.
Sin is sin. It doesn't matter what you do. You can do first-degree murder, or just look at a woman and wish you had her, and all of that. It all in the same spotlight as the worst one. there ain't a worse sin or a least worse sin. It's sin is sin, and that's the way you're going to be looked at on what you've done. It doesn't matter what sin you've done, it all has the same severity.
I do believe that. I don't think any sin is going to be forgiven or forgotten by no means. It's not what you've done in your past. It's how and hopefully that you've changed for the better and have hopefully begged for repentance of it.
Yeah.
And hope like hell it turns out semi all right. Because the alternative is not good.
No.
Zoom, good night. Kim, good night. Robert Lawrence, good night. Everybody's winding down. So, yeah, about 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, we'll be shutting down. But
Okay.
we'll go strong. We'll go strong to the end, guys. But anyway, yes, I really believe it's not what you do in your life, not saying, hey, go out and have a lot of hell because you're young and do a lot of dumb shit. I'm just saying, you best know because you're never guaranteed tomorrow.
No.
Not once are you guaranteed tomorrow. So you better think about that.
There's a lot of documentation out there also that, lack of better words, hellraisers all their life. And when they're on their, because they think they can do anything they want to do and everything, and not have any consequences of any sort. And works both ways too. When you're on your deathbed, you accept Christ, confess your sins, and ask for forgiveness. And also, there's people, so-called Christians, out there that have been saved, repented for what they've done, and after they had the blessing from our Lord, they still think they can go out here and live a rough and tumble life and everything. And just before the end, they asked to be forgiven again. And I'm not saying it does work, but that's kind of, taking advantage of the situation and what is expected of you once you do that and everything. You try to do the best you can. There ain't no perfect people in the world. Correct. And everything, even with your being saved and all of that, like right now, I'm toking on a dead gun cigarette.
Well, that didn't mean it's a sin. Wait a minute. Smoking cigarettes, smoking marijuana, drinking beer is not a sin. Nothing natural on this earth, even if it's like a beer, nothing on this earth is a sin as long as it's natural and it's done within moderation.
Yeah, I agree with that. But on the other hand, our body is a temple.
Yes.
For the Holy Spirit in our heart. And if cigarettes are harmful, if anything's harmful, anything's a sin if you overdo it.
Correct.
Overdoing anything is a sin. But I'm harming the temple the Lord's in. And to me, that is a sin, which I've done this ever since I've been 18 years old, 47 years.
Yep.
And I've been forgiven for everything else I've done, and my future sins I've asked for forgiveness. Once in a while, it's good to ask again and pray about it and everything else like that too. But I agree with you on that part of it, Shane. It's just overdoing it is the real problem. Yeah. And things like that. Anything that harms your body is a problem because that's the temple also. So it can get pretty in depth and everything. That's kind of in simple terms the way I kind of see things for people here and on our channel.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it's yeah, Red says, yes, gluttony is a sin. Gluttony, excuse me.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that's it. It's called self-greed. and it's somebody there's not very many people out there that doesn't do something that is against what God would wish.
Yeah.
There's not hardly, I don't think, anybody out there. But it's not in, if you're doing it in malice, yeah, it's not a good thing. But if you're doing it out of, God, I hate to say this word, ignorance, or the not knowing, or stupidity from when you was young and it just carried through.
Yeah.
That goes back on our parents and it goes back on us for our children. We got to train them and teach them better.
Yeah, might not be per se our fault.
Correct. But we are
for not knowing with the ignorance, but God knows right and wrong. And I agree with you, it goes backwards, to be taught. But were we taught everything about growing up, Shane? No, we weren't.
No, hell no.
But God knows everything, whether it's right, wrong, indifferent, or correct. But it's up to us to try to get the knowledge. A lot of us ain't going to get the knowledge on everything.
Correct.
But that's the reason to ask for forgiveness for that.
Yeah.
And things like that. Get business handled with the Lord, before the end. But taking advantage of it is just as much for him to get angry with us and make our lives miserable.
Yeah.
To get our attention. I tell you what, there's times the Lord has a real, how do I put it? Real imagination to get our attention to get back focused on him. And some of it's pretty painful.
Yep.
But it sure gets our attention, though, to do what's right again. And the heck of it is, you know where it come from when you do something, and then all of a sudden everything backfires and nothing's right. And everything's like, oh boy, what did I do?
Yeah, and the harder you fight it, the worse shit goes.
Yep.
Conservative cowboy Antifa militants arrested after the riot and set fire to police vehicles in downtown Atlanta after police shot and killed one of their comrades who shot a state trooper earlier this week. And then it goes on to say the state trooper was shot in the stomach and is currently in ICU, recovering in ICU. So that's it's amazing how fast that stemmed up and went awry.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if the governor from Georgia went to Davos like the governor of Illinois went to Davos over there. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did.
And the FBI director was there with a few other people that are real high up in our government went to Davos also.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's probably where Heels Up Harris is laying right now.
Yeah.
We don't hear nothing out of her. We ain't heard nothing out of her in a year and a half, really.
No, not very much at all. Once in a while, she make a cameo appearance on something for about 2 minutes on a newscast, and that's about it.
Yeah, and then she says stupid shit, and they can't wait to get her off her. Mr. B's Brain, thank you for that. And no, I didn't take that wrong. But you're good. I enjoy you coming in here too. I enjoy everybody that comes in here. I mean, this is why I created this channel, is just to have great people come in here and talk about anything and everything. This is a lounge. This is not a political channel. This is not a religious channel. This is just a channel to come have a good, honest conversation with anything you want.
It's just topics. That's about it. If it goes a little deep for a little while for good conversation, I'm all for that. But as for a head banging argument, wanting to meet somebody for a fist fight. No, that's not what this is about.
Hell no. And Don Ritchie, Christopher Wray went to Davos. Yes. There was
Yes.
quite a few people that took a trip over there that shouldn't have been going.
I think he went over there to tell them some of the stuff that they've been involved with, and it wouldn't surprise me if some of it boiled down to people going to school district meetings and all of that on how that was handled and everything else like that. So he's just giving them a tutorial on what we did over here on probably what they could implement in their part of the world.
Oh yeah, absolutely. What works and what don't work with the general population.
Yeah. And
What
then
your resistance is going to be and what to look out for and how to do it different. So, they don't run into the same problems. And that's how that works.
yeah, two-way street. He learns from them too, from those other stricter countries. He can push the envelope on us.
Well, I think Christopher Wray's about to see. They used to say, oh, he's a spy and he's just in there. And I don't think he's a good guy, to be honest.
No,
I
that's
think
one
he
thing.
needs- Go ahead.
That's one thing that I've watched several people. See, he's from the past administration. Is where he's from,
Oh, I know it.
and a lot of his advisors for go-to and all that. Who would you put in here? Who would you put in here? He was surrounded by vipers.
Oh,
That's-
yeah.
That's why he appointed all those people, Bill Barr, Christopher Wray, all those other people that he went in there that turned on him and everything. He was advised to put these people in there. So maybe read between the lines. I'm not saying one way or the other, but something's not right about that deal on what he is perceived to have been doing and what he actually did, underneath where we didn't know, Christopher Wray was global or, and other people, were globalists and all that he put in there with his cabinet and all of that at times and all of that. So
I still think Mark Meadows is a snake.
yeah, I mean,
I really do.
everybody that he put in there, because he was surrounded by his advisors and stuff to do this, and this. So
Yeah, and
I'm not saying
he didn't have much to choose from. Once he run for president and actually got it,
yeah,
all his friends turned their back because he was going to take the money away from their pocket
yeah,
and quit donating lots of money for no reason. He was going to put a stop to that, and yes, he lost a lot of people. Joe
Yeah,
Biden opened up his pockets and opened up his door and said, "Let the donations begin."
yep.
And it was a race to get to that door.
But I don't know. It's just one of those deals. I'm not really sure about what all went on anymore. Everything, or what comes out later after it's all said and done. There's things trickle out here and there and everything. So makes the person undecided at times.
Okay, Shane, I haven't checked in 2 days, but Soros and others didn't show up. I wonder if they were dealt with. Just interesting thought, not an opinion. Don, I don't know. I haven't heard.
Well, what's going on? Another deal here that you'll find out a little bit on that video that I sent you when you watch it. There's a lot of stuff beginning to happen in the cosmos.
All right.
And if it happens the way they say it's going to happen, we're going to be in a world of hurt here on the surface. So go figure on where those guys are at. Maybe. I don't disagree with Don. I'm just throwing another option out there or what could be going on, because a lot of them that usually go there weren't there. Kissinger made a speech there,
Oh my God.
but he was on like a Zoom situation or something like that anyway,
Right.
so he wasn't there. that there kind of solidifies, in my opinion, on there's a lot of them remotely checking in, while people on the surface are clueless, or some people are clueless on what's actually going on and staying put, and everything is what they're doing. And then when everybody gets eliminated up topside, they're going to come back out with all their soldiers and start all over, maybe.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind.
Yeah, just my opinion, but that's kind of what I'm seeing and trying to understand that.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is 10 o'clock. I'm going to shut this thing down, this live broadcast. We will be back on Monday at 7 o'clock Central. And we'll see what other great conversations we can come up with Monday. I do have a gentleman coming on that's got a lot of worldly knowledge and very intelligent among just precious metals. So, we're going to get him on some conversations if he's got time to sit and just give us his point of view. Like I said, we're from the peasant side of things, basically, and he is from the corporate side of things. So he sees things that we don't get to see. And it always runs through financial. So he ought to know if anybody should. So it'd be real nice to hear from him. And we'll just go from there. I had him scheduled for tonight, but like I said, things went to hell in a handbasket, so that didn't happen. He got his power knocked out, and he was sitting in the dark. And he wasn't real happy about that. He even used some choice words. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and shut her down, and we will talk to you all real soon. Let me check this to make sure it ain't something I need to put out. Okay, nope. All right. So one other thing, if people want to keep staying up late and all that stuff, go over and check out it's karaoke over at Creek Squad. If y'all want to go over there and, I'm sure he'll be drinking a beer, but you know what? He's a grown man. He can do what he wants. He pays for his own beer. No one else pays for it. None of us have a right. DC SBs, hello. But anyway, no one has a right to judge him. So anyway, if everybody wants to go over there, I go check it out. See what you think. The link. Red, do you mind dropping a link for Creek Squad?
Yeah, I just want to say good night to everybody. Much love to everybody around in chat, and God bless you. And have something to contribute, I'll come back up and we can bring up something. I'm not guaranteeing you what I can bring up, but we can figure out something, subject matter that might come out in chat, or Shane mentioned something when I jump back on here or anything. But anyway, good night. Much love. God bless everybody, and take care. And I'll meet you backstage, Shane.
All right, that'll work. And like I said, no, it's good, Bruce. All you have to do is come up. Me and you can start a conversation about nothing even.
Yeah.
We've done that every time.
That's basically what happened tonight. Just one little trigger.
Yep.
Here we go.
All right. Well, good night, everybody. Thank you all for showing up. And we will hopefully see each and every one of y'all Monday night, 7 Central. Y'all have a good one, and see you then.
Take care, night, all everyone. Be good.